បាទសូមគោរពជម្រាបសួរបងប្អូនអ្នកទស្សនាថ្ងៃនេះខ្ញុំមានបទសម្ភាសន៍ពិសេសមួយដែលទទួលបានការអនុញ្ញាតពីគ្រូបង្វឹកក្រុមបាល់ទាត់ជម្រើសជាតិកម្ពុជាលោក Félix Dalmás ដើម្បីជជែកឬក៏សន្ទនាអំពីគោលដៅរបស់លោកក្នុងការដឹកនាំក្រុមបាល់ទាត់ជម្រើសជាតិកម្ពុជាថាតើលោកមានឆន្ទៈយកមានគោលដៅយ៉ាងម៉េចយើងមានសេចក្តីសុបិនយ៉ាងម៉េចពេលដែលលោកចូលមកដឹកនាំក្រុមបាល់ទាត់ជម្រើសជាតិកម្ពុជាអញ្ចឹងថ្ងៃនេះខ្ញុំមានបទសម្ភាសន៍ជាមួយលោកអញ្ចឹងមកជួបជាមួយនឹងលោក Félix ដូចតទៅបាទ Hello coach yeah
hello
nice to meet you
thank you for having me
and thank you very much for your time because you are very busy and with the national team and now you can spend your time to interview us and like I tell you we will talk much about your coaching of the Cambodia national team and about your future. And first of time, I would like to ask you, how do you see or can you evaluate the football in Cambodia?
So I had 5 years ago I started in Cambodia, and now when I came back after 2 years of being gone, I think there have been some improvements on the top, but I feel that, and I know that the federation and it's a lot of people that want to work on the bottom part, which that's the future, right? The grassroots, the kids getting out to play, making football a culture in Cambodia. So I think that's the next step, and that's something that we are putting a lot of effort on. Not only the top playing, but the bottom, the young kids, the youth, women's football. So it's important that football becomes a culture in Cambodia, right? Yeah.
You know, now Cambodia we have a lot of football pitch, not only in the city but also in the province. We can see everywhere have the football pitch. This is the way that can improve that football in Cambodia are developing.
Yeah. I think that's the first step, right? To have the places for the kids to play, for young adults to play, even for parents to play, and to understand what football can bring to life, right? For example, in my personal experience, football teaches you how to overcome failure, because football is a lot of mistakes all the time.
Right.
So if you make a mistake, you gotta think about the next thing and think how you can help the team and think how you can help your teammates and what does the team need from you. So it teaches you a lot of tools that you can take to life, to a company, because even if you don't play football after, right?
Yeah.
And then it gives community. So if we have the pitches to play, the fields to play, and adults and kids start going into it and understanding and feeling what football can give and what football can create, I think that we are one step in the right direction. Yeah.
And if we compare to the result, even we have many football pitch, stadium in Cambodia, but we compare the result or compare to the quality of the football, it is not only national team but also the club. So how do you see this one?
Yeah, I think so. When you talk about comparing, we compare with other countries, right? Yeah. So I think there's countries that started before us, many years before us. There's countries that found good ways to invest in football, put a lot of money, put a lot of resources, so they develop quicker. There's other countries that had other tools, right? Like bigger populations, already a soccer culture in the country. So it takes time, right? We have to be patient. Same as we talk with the players, like you have to be patient with yourself, right? So we have to be patient with ourselves. As okay, it's not going to happen in 1 year, 2 years, but 5, 10 years, there could be a very big change. The kids that are 15 now will be 20 in 5 years. The kids that are 10 now will be 20 in 10 years. And that's a full-on generation. And it's not so long. It's not so long of a time, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully, if we start good work now, not start good work, there's been already good work. So we have to build upon it. Okay, these things work, let's keep going with this. What can we add to make this process better? What can we add so there's more enthusiasm, there's more love for football, there's more passion for football, right? So obviously through the national team, we try to show that passion. All the players that are here, all the staff that's here, they leave a lot behind to come and represent the team and to be unified, to try, even though some teams might be strong, like Hong Kong, really strong, we still try to fight with what we can and show that, yeah, we try to play good football, but also there's a soul in our team, which is, I think, the most important part of our team and of the country, right? So the soul of Cambodia and being reflected on the field.
This is the second time you come to be coach of Cambodian national team, and I just want to know your dream. So what is your dream to coach the next Cambodian national team, especially in the future?
Wow, I have this policy that I usually don't tell my dreams out loud. So I won't tell you my full dream, but I'll tell you my goal. First, I don't think I can do anything by myself. So the staff that we have, the players that we have, nobody does anything by themselves. So part of my job is also selecting and understanding the people that are around us and that are coming into this team. Like bringing Sabine from Phnom Penh Crown, woman coach. Chia, analyst, Soti, Panya, young coach. So all this, even our staff like Udom or Physio, Bore, and all these people are the people that are helping us with this dream, right? And they all bring a different perspective, a different eye, a different idea. And all this mix of ideas make our team strong. So that's one of my dreams, to have all this Cambodian staff mixed with a little bit of expertise from around the world, that we have people from Japan, people from Spain, and make a good staff, a good team to live in Cambodia after whatever happens, right? So we want to leave something behind. And it starts with the coaches, it starts with the staff. And then we move to the pitch, we move to the players. For the players, first of all, I want the players to be, good people, because a good group is what makes a good team. So being kind with each other, being respectful with each other, supporting each other. Because in football, only 11 can go in. But what about the rest? If the rest are also following and also cheering and understand, like, okay, my chance is coming, but I'm going to support my team. I'm going to work hard in training so my teammate can perform well. That's the strength of our team. So that's my other goal, to form a group of good people, right? And not only 22, 23, but to have 50, 40, because sometimes players are up, sometimes they're so-so. So depending on that, people will come in and out, and they have to understand that, right? So I want the players to be first fans of Cambodian football. So I'm a fan, and then, I get the chance to play for Cambodia. That's a very important understanding, First, I love this country, I love this shirt. And now I get a chance to be and wear the shirt from anywhere. They can be a part of this, and they can help, and they feel pride for that. Yeah, I want players to be prideful to be here. And then, developing the football, developing a style, developing players that can understand the game. And a lot of it is done in the clubs, and a lot of it is done in our academies. So that's why at the first part that we talked, I said, grassroots and developing football. That's something that I think is a very important part of our job here, Not my job, our job, all of the football community, to support and try to develop the youth program. Because if we start now, in 10 years when they come to the national team, wow, we have a lot of potential.
Yeah, Khoi, I catch up your word. You say that I love this country. So what is the very important thing, or what is the attractive your love this country?
I think one of the first things when we first arrived here is I saw kids playing in the street and in like some schools and like around the provinces, and it reminded me where I grew up. And to be honest with you, like football like changed my life, you know. I had the opportunity to see the world, to learn new languages, to get an education because of football. And if we can travel back together and I show you where I started playing and I didn't tell you where it was, maybe you think it's Cambodia.
Yeah.
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 So I like to believe that that connection and that my background, I like to believe that it can do the same thing for Cambodian kids. I like to believe that football it's more than just a sport.
So what is your challenging to be coach of Cambodian national team?
Ooh. My challenge, I think mostly is to find the right football for our players, right? To find for the national team, right? To find the right football for our players. 2, to develop our staff, to help our staff develop, to motivate our staff to get better. 3, to work on the grassroots, to develop Cambodian football from the ground. 4 is to have a wide pool of players, a wide number of players that can bring different things to the team, right? So as you can see, like in our call-up, the players are not the same positions, but different players. So try to find that flexibility, right? It's also very important.
So the Cambodian people are still limited on the quality. So what are difficult that you select the Cambodian national player? What area like defender or midfielder of strike? So which one that are difficult for you to select the national player?
Yeah, I mean, for all the fans that watch the league, they understand that there's positions that almost no Cambodian players play, and very good Cambodian players that I have to go watch trainings instead of games sometimes. So I know the positions are, of course, like the last third of the field, assist, and when you watch the league stats, assist and finishing, maybe in the top 8, there's only one Cambodian player. And when you look at the stats, you also have to see, okay, when were these goals scored? Was it in a 5-0 game? All four goals in one game? Was it in important games? Was it against like important teams? So you have to take a lot of things into analysis. And yeah, sometimes it makes it difficult to select players. But for example, we had, like the AFF, we found some really talented young players. That of course maybe in the team because some foreign players or like some stronger players have that position, they don't play much. But it's also our job to go and try to find those players, right? Like Soben, Lihor, Makata, Bunchai, all these players. Soben played his first game against Hong Kong, a very top team. And he performed very well, exceptionally well. Lihor went in for 30 minutes, exceptionally well. So also the dynamics of the national team, the intensity that the game is played, the physicality of the other teams is different. So sometimes maybe they perform well in the league, but when you put them against a top team, it's different, right? Because the Cambodian jersey is heavy. It represents a lot. So now in these games, we try to find, okay, let's see if this player can do it. Let's see if this player can do what we think he can. And put the players in a position that they can succeed. Prepare them for that moment, right? So that's a challenge, and that's something that we're working on, right? And it takes a little bit of time. But I think in these 3 camps, we have found a lot of positive things.
You know, Cambodian national team, also the football club in Cambodia, if we cannot compare to the world, Asia country, but we compare to the regional, especially in the Asian country. So how long that the Cambodian national team or the club need to be can be competed with the regional?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question because we're improving, but the region is also improving, right? So we watch a lot of the youth games that the countries like Myanmar, Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Malaysia, Laos, Brunei, all those countries are also improving. They're also moving up. So it's really strategic, right? To see how we can improve and how well we can do it and try to find a system that works for us. But to be honest with you, we appreciate everybody that has invested in football in Cambodia because they do it from their heart. You know, they do it because they want to build a community, because they want to create something special, and because they believe in the power of football. These clubs are not like Real Madrid or Manchester United or all those countries that make a lot of money from football. They're giving and giving for the good of Cambodia. So yeah, I'm really thankful. The federation is also really thankful. The people at the federation that are working. So now it's just trying to find a way, like I said, what works, what doesn't work. Let's try to find a common ground and move together. It's very important. But I think the heart of the people that are in football, we all want the same thing. We all want to see Cambodia be number one in Southeast Asia and then compete against the world, you know? So as long as we all have the same goal and we can agree on a path, it's about everybody working together. I think it's the most important thing.
I want to ask you about the neutralization for foreign player to become a national team. So what is the very important thing to the national team? It is not only Cambodia but also another country. Also they have the national international player to be the national team. So what is the importance of the?
Yeah, so there's two important things. Like, people should understand that you have to be in the country for a very long time for FIFA to allow you to play for that team. And players' careers are very short. So a lot of the time you have to be in the country for almost half your career or 1/3 of your career. So you dedicate a lot of time to that country. So that's one thing. The other thing is, like you said, you know, a lot of countries in South America, in Europe, you know, many countries in Europe take players from other countries that were born in other countries because they make their football better, right? And because they feel that they're part of that country. So I think I said it before, but for me, I had to leave my country when I was very young because my family was struggling and we had a very bad situation in Argentina, economic-wise. So we were not very, we're poor, so we had to leave. And I left my country at a very young age. So when you leave your country, maybe people don't think about it, but when you leave your country, you leave your culture, you leave the people you love, your friends, your language, and it's very hard to adapt, to try to find a new home. Sometimes you have to go to many different places to find a new home. And the players that are coming here, first of all, they decided to play for Cambodia. They chose to play for Cambodia. They asked to play for Cambodia. And they found a home in Cambodia. And that's something amazing. I think that's something beautiful. And it's not easy. It's not easy to find a country that accepts you, a country that will take you in, and you learn their culture, you try to learn the ways of that country and spend the time in that country. So I think as the world is becoming more and more mixed, this shows a lot for Cambodia. I think this shows about how welcoming of a country it is. I mean, I'm a foreigner. So it just shows the love that Cambodia has for people, and also it shows that it means a lot that these players that are very good and they're raising the level of Cambodian football to want to come here and want to come and play for us and want to wear this shirt.
You know, I want to ask like the basic development of Argentina football compared to football, but this is the question I cut off. I don't want to ask, not related to the Cambodia.
Yeah, and also Argentina football
Yeah.
is everywhere.
Yeah.
In politics, in conversations. So everything is about football. It's a big difference that in Cambodia, not yet. But for example, my sister, my mom, my dad, my friends, in the shows, in news, everything is football. We talk about life. For example, you turn 35. I'm 35. So when I turn 36, we say, oh, second half. So first half, right, to 35. Maybe second half. So everything in our life is football. We think about life in terms of football. So yeah, I still watch videos of Argentina World Cup champion. Yeah. I watch it every day because it makes me so happy. It's the way that we see football, the way that we live football. Is like maybe I hope Cambodia will become that in the future.
Now, not in the future, but now also football, you can say everywhere in Cambodia now. Yeah. Like I told you, we had several football pitch, stadium, not only in the city, but also in another province also had many football pitch, and also every high school also had football. Yeah. So this is the way that the basic that the grassroots to develop the football in the future.
Exactly. It's the first steps are that the kids and the adults have to play.
And for the last question, so what do you want to say to the Cambodian people or to the football Cambodia?
The first thing I want to say is I know that social media is important here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I don't use my social media. I try to stay away, but the love that they give this team, the love that they give us, I read the messages that they send, how they make us feel when we're out in the street. We really appreciate it, and it's something that we don't take for granted. And every time that we do our job, the first thing we think also is we want to make them happy and proud of this team. Sometimes playing beautiful football, sometimes playing with our heart, and playing with passion and playing with purpose. So trying to do what the game asks, but always trying to represent the flag, trying to represent them and make them happy and make them proud of the country. So what I want to tell the people is I'm very honored to be here, and I take this responsibility very seriously. I truly love this country. I truly love these players. That's why I came back. And I hope that in the next couple of games and in the next couple of years, we can really make them proud.
Thank you very much for your time and talk interview with us, and wish you best of luck in the future with a national team. បាទបទសម្ភាសន៍របស់ខ្ញុំជាមួយនឹងលោកគ្រូ Félix Dalmás ជំរឿនជាតិកម្ពុជានៅពេលនេះឈានដល់ទីបញ្ចប់ហើយបើសិនមានកំហុសខុសឆ្គងដោយប្រការណាមួយសូមអធិស្ឋានផងដោយសារតែខ្ញុំបាទនឹងមានកិច្ចសន្ទនានឹងជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសបាទអញ្ចឹងមានកំហុសខុសឆ្គងខ្លះណាសូមអធិស្ឋានផងអញ្ចឹងសូមអរគុណសូមគោរពលា